Hiya, my name is Frizzy. You saw the thumbnail. I have really no reason to just blab at the beginning here, so let's just get right into it. Number 1, slow down. Girl, slow down. Okay, you're not Sonic. You don't gotta go fast, okay? You can take it easy. Really feel out your art process when you're drawing. Because if you're just doing it for the sake of getting it done, A, you won't like it, and B, you won't learn from it. And this, of course, like, this doesn't apply to, like, gesture drawings, because, like, you're trying to rely on instinct and you're trying to go fast. But, like, if you're just doing an illustration, like, slow down. Take it slow. Something I've learned is that when I'm rushing myself, it is so easy for me to not think about things like anatomy. I will rush myself and I will draw way too fast, and it makes my art worse. And I don't like the outcome. It never goes well. So don't rush yourself, okay? Take it slow. Just really feel out the art process and enjoy it. Why are you doing art? Because you like it. You like to draw. You like art. So do it and enjoy that process. I know you think, oh, but the hands. Try to enjoy the hands. You don't like hands because they take forever, right? Well, maybe just be okay with it taking forever, okay? It's gonna take a while. And if you want to like the end result, really honestly, just rushing your art is not going to be good, right? It's just not going to help with anything. So don't rush it. Take it slow. Number 2, whatever practicing you do it routinely. Because something that I found, I one time took a kind of a hiatus from art in general. I didn't draw anything for a very long time. And something that I realized is that I could not, like, get straight back into it. Like, I had to relearn things. Because I guess the knowledge kind of deteriorates over a lot of time of not practicing it. But even if you are drawing routinely, take time to, like, practice, like, say, anatomy. Like, I was under the impression, like, oh, now that I've studied anatomy, I'll be good. Oh, well, that's like an idea that I had in my head for a long time, is the idea that once I studied something, once I did a whole study and learned something, then I wouldn't ever have to study that particular thing again, which isn't true. That's not really how skills work. You have to keep them up or they get rusty. Number 3, don't give up, okay? Look, I know it's cringy, but, like, you're not gonna be instantly good at, like, most things, okay? So, like, stick with it, because that's how you do stuff. Some people, what I really don't like, something that just irks me. It irks me so bad. Is when people go,
oh wow, you're so good at art. I could never do that.
Girl, be for real. You think I started where I'm at right now? And people are like,
oh, I'm just not artistically minded.
With all due respect, please close your mouth. No one's instantly good at stuff. What, do you think babies are born knowing how? Do you think I was born knowing good to draw? No, I couldn't even, like, move my fingies as a baby. And you know what? Just to really expose myself, here's some old art. Like, you see that? Like, you see that? This. Look at this, look. Oh, goodness me. Look. What is this? What is this? You cannot look me in the eyes. Look me in the eyes and tell me, wow, I guess you've always been good at art. No, I had be for real. Be honest with me. Be genuine. This is not good. It's like, it's not good. And it doesn't matter, like, how good your art is. I know that doesn't matter, but, like, to be what's, like, generally considered, like, very skilled, like, something that irks me, okay, just slightly. And, like, people never mean this in a negative sense. They always mean it very positively. When people say, wow, you're so talented. Now, I have no right to get irked at this, but it irks me because I'm like, it's not a talent. I wasn't born good at art. No, I practiced. I've been seriously drawing for 9 years. It's not something that came to me overnight. It's not like I was always the kid in the corner who was, you know, playing with my crayons and drawing masterpieces. No, when I was a kid, I was eating dirt like every other child. Like, when people say, wow, you're so talented at art, it's like, it's not a talent. Let's look up the definition of talent, okay? By Google, a natural aptitude or skill. Natural, as in you're born with it. You can maybe have a natural inclination towards art and a natural inclination. That's like, you know, some people have a talent for math, but that's not saying, like, a mathematician at, like, Harvard University, okay? Imagine going up to them being like, wow, You're so talented that you made it into Harvard. So you're attributing all of that hard work that they put into their skill to just being born good at it. And like I said, I feel like I have no right to be irked at it, because it's like, you know, people never mean it that way. They always mean, wow, you're so good at that. That's what they mean. But when I hear it, it's just like, I'm just like, like it just makes my, I just don't like it. It's a little thing, but it makes a difference. When someone makes a point to say, wow, how long have you been doing this? I'm like, 9 years! Anyways, that was a side note. Going back to the point, just because you're not instantly good at it does not mean you don't have a chance to be good at it. A chance to be good at it. No, look, anyone can be good at art. I feel like that's maybe, like, some people will be like,
No, I just don't have the aptitude for it.
because you haven't practiced. Okay, wait, maybe I'm talking too harshly about this. I was not always good at art. You've seen I've not always been good at art. So how can you say that you will never be good at art because all you can draw is a stick figure? All you can draw is a stick figure, that's all you need. If you can draw a stick figure, you can draw really cool stuff. If you really like art and you really want it, like, if there's something to be said. Like, if you tried art, you weren't too good at it, you didn't enjoy it very much, then whatever, don't go into art. But if you're like,
Oh, I wanna draw. I wish I could draw like that.
so learn, throw yourself into it, do it. Jump off into the deep, okay, maybe not the deep end, okay? If you can't swim, I know you can't swim. No, look, if you can't swim, maybe don't jump into the deep end. But like, you know, wade in the shallows. Go play alongst the riverbank. Splash around in it for a bit, you know? And maybe once you get a little braver, you can start paddling your way into the deeper areas. This analogy is stretching. I'm gonna drop it now. The point is, don't give up. You know, if you really want to, stick with it. Don't be discouraged because you're not instantly good at it. No one's instantly good at anything. You're not alone. Girl, I'm here. Do you think I'm gonna leave you? No, you're stuck with me. You think fella thinks they gonna leave. No, you're here. I'm here with you. I'm in your walls. Number 4. I know this is coming after the last one. Practice. I know you've heard it. A million times, but it's gonna be good for you in the long run, okay? So do it. And I know you're like, no, what? Do what? Do what? Get a whiteboard. You gotta remember to do it. Hello? Oh, they're adorable.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Aubrey made stickers. I love them. Oh, I love them so much. Thank you, Aubrey. I forgot what I was saying. What was I? Oh, practice. Yeah, do it. Practice. It's good. And you're like, I'll make it remember. I can't remember any. Okay, get you a whiteboard. Get a whiteboard, chalkboard, sticky notes, something you're gonna see. Make a list. What do you see that you want to improve or that you want to change? Write it down. Stick it on your wall. Stick it somewhere you're gonna see it, and just like remind yourself of it. It's the same deal as like drinking water. Speaking of, drink water. I know you a dehydrated little shriveled up raisin right now. Drink some water. You're a shrimp. Shrimps need water. What? I'm not a shrimp. With that posture? Honey. No, you're beautiful. Okay, anyway. Okay, number 5. This is a little controversial. Compare your art with other people's art. Okay, don't kill me. Please hold your guns, hold your knives. Please put your pitchforks down, okay? Look, let me talk, okay? Look, when I say compare your art, I do not mean, oh, my art is so bad, I can't ever draw. No, what I do mean is look at art that you want to take things from, right? Because what is it that one guy said, like, good artists, great artists steal? I don't know, that's not the quote. Something about artists stealing stuff, and artists do steal things, subconsciously even. Yeah, you're a thief. Jail. Go home. No, don't go home. Go to prison. You're done. You're busted. You're an artist. You've stolen. Disgusting. No, but when you see things, you take it into your brain to use for later. Your brain stores stuff like that, right? So when you see art that you like, look at it and like really kind of study it, right? Find what you like about that and then look at your art. Compare your art. Find what you want to do in your art that is exemplified in art that you like. I do not mean put yourself down and be like, I'll never be as good as X artist. Why do I even try? The pie analogy. You know, what you see is like,
my pie will never taste as good as this person's pie.
Okay, you know what other people are gonna do? Holy crap, 2 pies? What? That's what people are gonna do, alright? So you calm down. You can do it. But it is good to compare with people. really study, really put yourself toward it and be like, okay, think like, oh, I like this art. What do I like about it? And then maybe write that down on your wall of sticky notes or whatever and go, I want to improve my coloring. I want to think about color palettes differently. I want to imitate this sort of style, this sort of genre. I want to be able to draw clothes like this, you know, things like that. Number 6, when you're studying, really try to take things in. I know that, okay, I don't know if this is for anyone but me, but when I study things, not just in art, but like in general, when I study things, I have a tendency to go over the information and then like not register it at all. Like it goes in one ear, I'm like, okay, it goes out the other ear, like it's just gone. Like it's gone. Like I don't know, like I don't take it in. Like I go to do hand studies. I draw a bunch of, oh goodness, the voice crack. I draw a bunch of hands. I fill an entire spread full of hands. And then the next time I draw a hand, it's like, I've never drawn a hand in my life. What's a hand? I didn't even do that like apart from drawing studying. Like if I'm actually studying, sometimes like I have to be really careful when I'm reading through books, because if I'm not careful, I will read through something and be like, yep, and then I don't remember anything I just read. Now this doesn't happen too often because I've like trained myself to like actually intake the information. My point is like really try. I know saying like try harder, it doesn't help. Like that's another thing that irks me when people say just try harder. It's like, man, that's like saying cheer up. Like, oh, you're sad? Just cheer up. Just stop being sad. Like, it doesn't help. Go away. Just I spit on you. This goes back to like the first tip, you know, slow down. Really try to like think about what you're doing. I feel like that's like something that's like hard, like people don't do a lot nowadays, is like they just don't really think about it. Like those oh my gosh, those art tutorials that are like,
you want to draw a foot? Like draw a teardrop shape and then draw lines over the teardrop shape.
It's like those are never helpful. Do you want to know why those are never helpful? It's because you're just copying, right? And now I'm going to talk about copying later. You're not learning anything. You're not thinking about it, because they're like, just do this, and you're like, okay, you do that, and like you're like, why? And they don't tell you why, and you don't think about why because no one even asked you. But if someone says something like, this is how the ankle looks, this is what 3D shape the ankle is, so you can draw the foot from every angle, that's always so much more helpful. Like that one tip where from like the base of the spine up to like nape of your neck, if you draw that, it's kind of like a kite shape, that's helped me so much. Like I don't really know how to draw it back. That's, you know what, maybe next video we should do anatomy studies. Hey, if you want me to do like a study with me anatomy, because like you think I'm good at art, no, I just pretend to be. I just draw angles that I'm comfortable in. And you know what, if you guys want me to do like a study with me video where you get to draw with me and you get to learn with me, and I kind of share like what I'm learning as I'm learning it, bet I'll do it. Tell me in the comments. I will do that with you, bestie. I would go with you. I would go with you to the end, into the very fires of Mordor. Like I'll heckin' go. So you wanna do that? Bet I'll do it. If you guys don't want it though, I'm not gonna do it. Like what's even the point? I'm not gonna. Okay, this is kind of leading off of the last tip, but tip number 7, like do your studying intentionally and double check stuff. Okay, now I don't know how to say this in the right way. Study kind of like intentionally and like intentionally correctly. Something that my mom says, practice makes permanent. And that's true. Practice does make permanent. And it's hard to unlearn things, especially if you are like, it's all muscle memory, right? It's like when you're practicing a piano song, if you press a wrong note and you don't, tutor that out of yourself, you're gonna end up pressing that wrong note every time you play the song or piece or whatever you call it. That reminds me of like my cousins were like, it's not called a song if it doesn't have words. I can't remember if they called it a piece or like, I don't remember what they called it. Was it a piece? I don't know. My cousins might be watching this. Hey, what did you guys yell at me to call it when I called it a song? No, I love them to pieces. Anyway, but my point is that it's hard to unlearn things. I've seen like people like being like,
oh, it's just part of my style.
And like there's something to be said about that, right? Oh, here's an example. Chicken scratching, okay? Chicken scratching is something I'm still trying to get out of my system, right? Chicken scratching is when you are drawing and you, instead of doing one line, you do a bunch of tiny little lines and it makes it fuzzy and unclean, right? That's called chicken scratching, and it's something that a lot of beginner artists do because it kind of like holds you back from learning form and stuff. Also makes your art look a bit more messy. Now, some people's art, it's part of their style to look messy, and so they'll be like, oh, it's just part of my style. Art style, it's like sketchy and, sort of like sketchy, scratchy look. There's a difference between that and actually being unconfident in where you're putting your lines and being unable to commit to a line. Because like I often do some sketchy sorts of lines lines, but all of my lines have a purpose, right? And the ones that don't work for me, I get rid of. Just be aware of that, because I feel like a lot of times people just like kind of let go of it and they'll just be like,
oh, whatever. It's part of my style for my art to have like chicken scratch line art.
and maybe, but it's incredibly hard to unlearn that sort of thing. It's incredibly hard to unlearn anything. So be careful in what you're practicing, because it will bleed into your hand and it will stay there if you're not careful. Number 8, take time to think before you draw the illustration. Somewhere I heard someone say that art has stages, and I don't really remember all of them, but the one that really stuck out to me as something I'd never thought of before was the incubation stage, okay? Or I don't know if it was called that. That's what I'm calling it. Where you have the idea to draw something. When you have it, you don't draw it. You let it simmer. You just let it sit in your brain. This is really good, especially if you like do warm-ups while you let you let that illustration stink for a bit until like your fingers and your hands are like tingling and just itching to draw that. Like you've seen it, you can see it in your head, and you just like need to draw it. Like I've had that before, because after I heard this, I was like, and I realized that when I have to wait to draw something, it turns out better. For example, one of my last videos was hyperpop art. I've had that idea for like 3 months, so that's been simmering. I had the idea to try out hyperpop art a long time ago, and I'd just been waiting to do it until I finally did it, and all of that energy, all of that creativity that I'd been saving for that, because like I had the idea and I could have just drawn hyperpop on my own time, but I wanted to do it with you guys. So I saved it, I locked on, I waited, and it turned out really good. Like I'm still happy about it. I think part of that was the fact that the idea had been simmering for so long, and even like it wasn't always linear in my head. Like that illustration that I came up with, it wasn't always like that. It wasn't a clear picture in my head. I just knew I wanted to imitate the style. A few weeks before I actually recorded it, I was like, oh, that style would work so well with Linny. Oh, and I could do this and this and this. I had it like simmering in my mind just a little bit. You know, it's kind of like a blurry picture, and then it like came clearer as I drew it. The main part of this is like, you know, take time to let it simmer. A lot of this is actually just like slowing down. I feel like nowadays everything is moving so fast. That makes me sound so old. I mean, no, everything is moving so fast. It's good to go. Go where? Girl, go where? Where are you going? Slow down, okay? I know some people like they have to be in a rush, but you don't always have to be in a rush. Take it slow. Experience what you're doing right now, okay? What are you doing? You're sitting in your pajamas watching me. Okay, that's weird. Maybe you should do something. No. I'm not shaming you for sitting in your pajamas. I sit in my jammies too. I'm not in my pajamas right now. I look so swag right now. Y'all wish you were me. No. Why am I so salty right now? Okay, sorry. I don't know why I feel the need to take this out on you. It's sad. Okay, anyway. Number 9. There are 2 things you train when you art. Okay, number 1 is your hands, the little fellas that do the doing, right? Then there's your eyes, you know, the things that let you see what the little fellas are doing, right? And this is kind of like the full culmination of like how to practice art at all. You train your hands by actually drawing, and you train your eyes by studying references. It's really like that. You know your eyes have improved when your old art that you used to show off and used to be like really proud of, it suddenly like looks weird. Like this one, I used to be so proud of this. When I drew it, I was like, this is the best thing I've ever drawn and probably ever will draw. Ladies and gentlemen, this is peak. It doesn't get better than this. Suffice to say, I don't like it that way anymore. There's a few things weird with it, you know? And you know your hands have improved when your eyes start to become, you know, more satisfied with your work. When you start looking at your art and you're like, wait a minute. Wait a dang minute. That actually looks good. I know sometimes you feel like, that never happens to me. That never happens to me. I'm never satisfied with my art. You are sometimes. Even if it's just a little piece of it. Sometimes you're like, ooh, that's a good eyeball. That's good. I like that one. This is good. That's how you know your hands have like kind of, it's like your eyes get better. You kind of notice like, oh, that's weird. And then your hands get better and you're like, oh yeah, now I'm good at art. And then your eyes get better again and you're like, oh, well that looks weird. And then you get better again with your hands. And you're like, oh, I guess I am. You kind of get to that point. It's always a balance. You're always improving, no matter what. Like, you're always improving. As long as you're drawing and studying, like, references and stuff. Like, you see something, you're like, your brain learns something, okay? Even if it was small, even if it was tiny, okay? But you're always improving. You just are. So, take it to heart. You know, you are getting better. You know what? I'm proud of you. I am. You know what? If you're watching, hey, If you're watching this video, you took the initiative to be like, hey, I can use some art tips. I want to get better at art. And that's good. That's all you need. That's all, girl, that's all you need. Fella, that's all you need. All you need is that little spark. That little spark of, I want to do that. Do it! I'm with you, do it! I'll be here. Tell me in the comments. I want to see you. Okay, well, that sounded weird. Okay, no, I don't really want to see you. Not when you're dressed like that. No. Oh gosh, what is wrong with me today? Okay, this is good. This is awkward. You're making things awkward. You always make things awkward. Okay, sorry. I'm sorry. I don't think so. I'm joking. You're fine. You're beautiful. Okay, you look gorgeous in your pajamas. Moving on. Okay, these are just some little mini tips that, like, they're just nice to keep in mind. Warm-ups are cool, and something I'm currently trying to like work into my process because I didn't warm up for the longest time, and now I'm like trying to get it in there. And I feel like a lot of my better illustrations had just something little that I drew beforehand. It's like, you know, limber my hands up. By the way, this does not have to be like in the same day. If you haven't drawn in a hot minute, your hand and eyes are gonna be like a bit disconnected, and they're gonna need to like get back into the groove of like, oh yeah, this is how we do that. I actually went like on a really long drawing hiatus, like more than once I've done this, but like one of the really long ones, warming up before I like tried to actually like put myself in drawing something, it helped, right? So that's just something. Contrary to what a lot of people say, this is not illegal as long as you're not posing it as like your own stuff, right? There is incredible value in directly following an artist's brushstrokes and, you know, asking yourself, why, hey, why'd they put that there? Why'd they do that? You know, and just thinking about it like, oh, why would I have put that there? Well, to maybe make this look better, you know. As long as you're not someone who's like, oh, look at my art that I made. Guess who's gonna get a pummeling to the face? For the love of all that is good, use references. I don't care about whatever excuse you have or that anyone tells you. It's not cheating. It's not less than. It's not hecking unnecessary. It's how you hecking draw. So look up a reference. Thank you and goodbye. No, but seriously, as I mentioned in point 9, it's how you train your eyes. It's important. Look up a reference. And by the way, it doesn't all have to be like an all-in-one reference. Make a little, pure ref. Do you guys know what pure ref is? I'll leave a link in the description. This thing, I love this. Do you ever notice that my canvas is like slightly off kilter? That's because OBS doesn't capture my pure ref, and I have my pure ref up, and that's got a bunch of pictures that I take inspiration from, and that I'm trying to copy something from it, and I'm trying to like, you know, like kind of get inspired by it. Things that I want the feeling of, things that things I need for reference, like the heckin' motorcycle. Do you know how many motorcycle pictures I had in my pure ref? A lot. So if you're on computer, like I'm realizing now that this tip isn't very good for like traditional artists. Love you guys too, by the way. You know, if you're a traditional artist, look up a reference anyway. Just because you're a traditional artist does not mean that you get leniency here. You have to look up a reference too. Do it. But if you're a digital artist, there's also Pure Ref. I'm gonna leave a link in the description. It's like a little software that makes a little board, and you can put images in it, and you can make them into like a collage type thing. It's really helpful. Check it out. It's in the description. Not sponsored, but it is awesome, and I use it a lot. So check it out. Okay, that's it, I think. Yeah, now we're just at the end here. How are you doing? I kind of yelled at you a lot this video. Are you holding up okay? Is your self-esteem shattered? You're fragile like that. Oh my gosh, what? No. Girl, I love you. You're great, and I like hanging out with you. This is fun. You know, I don't actually record a lot, I'm literally just sitting here talking to you. I could do so much better things with my time. No. What is my problem? Okay, no. I like talking to you. Okay. Good. I'm not going to turn that into a backhanded compliment. Okay, anyway, yeah, this one is a bit different, a bit more chaotic. This one's been like kind of sitting in the background for a bit, and I've been like trying to get myself together to try to do it. I guess hope you enjoyed. I do hope you enjoyed. I hope you learned something. You know, I really hope that at least one of these helped, or like made you think like, oh, well, I didn't think of that. I didn't know that. That's an interesting thought, Frizzy. Thank you. You're welcome. You're welcome. Anything for you, bestie. Love you. No. No, okay, anyway. That's it. I need to edit stuff now, so you gotta go. No, okay. I have to edit stuff now, so with that, I bid you farewell, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye. Take care. Take care of yourself. Drink water. Drink water right now. Go drink. You stop. I'll wait. I'll wait. I'll wait if you go get yourself some water. I will wait. I will sit here and I will wait. So I guess it's just you and me now. It's a little awkward. Why didn't you go? You should get some water too. No, you should. You should. No. Come on. Go get some water. Go. Go. Shh. I won't tell anyone. Go drink some water. Okay, bye. Bye. I hope you got some water.